Hello and welcome to Code Culture. My name is Michele and I'm your host. Today I'm going to compare for you two jackets that are very similar in terms of heritage, features and historical background. And these are the Belstaff Trialmaster, which I have here in a color called Redwood, and the Barbour International, which I have here in black. I've actually reviewed these jackets independently from one another, and you can find those reviews clicking on the links below or on the screen somewhere. But today I want to compare them and be able to answer the questions of which jacket is best for you, which jacket you should buy if you're looking for certain things. Because yes, these two jackets are very similar, but there are also many differences among them. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing to the channel. It helps me a lot, and I bring reviews of coats and jackets pretty much every week. Barbour and Belstaff are often associated in the mind of the consumer, and for very good reasons. Both are British companies. Barbour was launched in 1894, Belstaff was launched in 1924. Both companies are famous for their wax cotton jackets, and in many instances, like on this one, they actually make jackets that are very similar. However, there are very big differences between the two companies. Whereas Barbour only makes motorcycle-inspired clothing, Belstaff makes both motorcycle-inspired clothing and real motorcycle jackets. And to drive home the point, here are two versions of the Belstaff Trialmaster. The Belstaff Trialmaster, which I'm reviewing today, which is a motorcycle-inspired jacket, and the Belstaff Trialmaster motorcycle version. It comes with protections which are certified to absorb impact up to a certain level in case of a crash. It comes with the guarantee that the textile is not going to rip apart up to a certain number of seconds in case you're sliding. So very different jacket. Now let's look at these two specific jackets and review the differences and the similarities among the two. These jackets were launched pretty much at the same time. The Barbour International was launched first in 1947, and it was a jacket based on a military jacket that Barbour had already put out in the past, but it was specifically designed for the motorcycle racing world. And it came out with a map pocket, which is slanted, and it was supposed to be big enough to host the very large maps that were available at the time. The Belstaff Trialmaster was launched exactly 1 year after the Barbour International. It was launched in 1948. For many people, this means that this is a copy of the Barbour International. The reality is that it's not. This is its own jacket that was actually launched for racers that wanted to participate in a race in Scotland. It has many of the same features that the Barbour has, like the 4 pockets on the front and the slanted map pocket. Although the slanted map pocket here, it's much smaller than the one you find on the Barbour, and it also is not as slanted. Both jackets were instrumental in making sure that from then on, from the late 40s on, pretty much every motorcycle jacket had this similar design. And in fact, you can see it still replicated nowadays in many of the new motorcycle garments that Belstaff, for instance, offers, but pretty much every brand has the same style of the 4 pockets. Now let's talk about the similarities among these jackets. One of the similarities is that the material is the same. They are both jackets made of wax cotton. However, there is a difference when you touch them, and the difference is mainly due to the fact that the Barbour International is an 8-ounce wax cotton, whereas the Belstaff Trialmaster is a 6-ounce wax cotton. There is also a difference in the waxing treatment. You might be able to see it also in the video that the two jackets have a different shine. The Belstaff is actually a newer jacket for me, and it still has the factory waxing treatment. I haven't re-waxed it since I bought it. Another similarity is in the fact that both jackets offer the same type of throat latch at the throat level to keep the cold air and the rain out. Both jackets use corduroy in the collar area, although I would say that the corduroy used on the Belstaff is actually nicer to the touch than the rougher corduroy used on the Barbour jackets. Both jackets have a belt. I feel that the belt on the Trialmaster is definitely better thought than the belt on the Barbour International, and I'll explain that in a minute when we talk about the fit. Now let's talk about the differences of this jacket. Let's start with the material. I already mentioned that one is much heavier than the other. The Barbour International is an 8-ounce wax cotton, whereas the Trialmaster is a 6-ounce wax cotton. This difference, you definitely feel it when you wear it. The Barbour International is a much heavier jacket, but it also means that it is a better jacket if you're trying to use it during the winter or during the colder months. The reason why Barbour chose the 8-ounce wax cotton for this jacket is because this was a motorcycle jacket at the time that it was launched. The 8-ounce wax cotton was supposed to provide more protection from abrasion in case of a fall. The Belstaff Trialmaster instead only has a 6-ounce wax cotton, but they doubled the material on the high impact area around the elbows and on the shoulders. So in the areas where you were most likely to injure yourself in case of a crash, you had a 12-ounce cotton protection. Again, by today's standards, this is not really much, and in fact, this is why these two jackets should not be considered motorcycle jackets. Another difference between the two jackets is concerning the liner. The liner on the Trialmaster is cotton on the chest and in the back area, but it is polyester on the sleeve. It's disappointing, honestly, especially considering the price point of this jacket, to see a liner made of polyester on the sleeves. The Barbour jacket, on the contrary, has a cotton liner throughout. It's not always the case with Barbour jackets, but it's definitely the case on this jacket. And for this reason, definitely the Barbour gets better points on this specific topic. Another major difference between the two jackets is that the Barbour International is made in England, whereas the Belstaff Trialmaster is made in Albania. I have no problem with the labor skills of Albania or other countries where often Barbour and Belstaff make their jackets. However, I do have a problem when companies use locations with lower cost labor and they then still charge you extremely high prices, because the Belstaff Trialmaster is 20% more expensive than the Barbour International. Belstaff Trialmaster is $595 versus $495 for the Barbour. So for me, charging 20% more for a jacket that you made in a country where labor is much cheaper than England, not a good look. Having said that, there is a difference between the finish of the two jackets, and definitely the Belstaff comes on top in that area. This jacket is actually feeling much more luxurious than the Barbour. The Barbour is more rough around the edges, I would say. The attention to details on these Belstaff jackets is definitely 10 times better than the attention to details on the Barbour. You can see it from the small things, like the extra corduroy that you have at the bottom of the Belstaff jacket, the way that the stitching just feels better. I'm not necessarily saying that the Belstaff is worth 20% more than the Barbour International, but I can definitely see that the Belstaff has a more luxurious finish compared to the Barbour International. The last major difference is concerning the fit, and let me show you what I mean. This Barbour is a size 40. Regular, and this Belstaff Trialmaster is a 52 Italian. Now, the problem with Belstaff is that their sizing is all over the place, so I always recommend for Belstaff to try on the jacket before purchasing it. But for Barbour, I am a 40 pretty much in every Barbour jacket, in the Beaufort, in the Bidale, so no surprises there. So here I'm wearing the Belstaff Trialmaster. It's a size 52 Italian, as I said. I am 180 centimeters tall, 180 pounds in weight, and my waistline is 32. And this jacket fits me pretty well. I'm only wearing a shirt right now, but I can definitely layer it up. I could have gone with the 50 probably, but I didn't for two reasons. One, they didn't have it. And secondly, I feel that the 50 would have been too tight around the chest and the waistline. Whereas this jacket really gives me more flexibility and the opportunity to layer it up. You will notice that this jacket has very long sleeves. I see people online saying that it's a bad design, they didn't know what they were doing, but the reality is that these sleeves are long by design. This is a replica of a motorcycle jacket of back in the days. Longer sleeves were needed so that when you would sit on the motorcycle, your jacket would still cover your wrists. So you will see that if I undo the belt, this is the width of the jacket. I see many people also doing the belt this way, which I actually don't like, but you can do that if you want. The belt is definitely long enough for you to be able to do it. Again, not a super loose fit, actually a pretty tailored fit. I really like the way this jacket fits me. Personally, I think it fits me better than the Barbour International, and let me show you what I mean. And here I am wearing my Barbour International. You can see that it fits me a little looser compared to the Belstaff Trialmaster. Especially in my shoulders, I have a lot of room. I do want to point out a couple of things that I don't like about this jacket compared to the Belstaff Trialmaster. First of all, the belt fits in a weird spot for me. The belt on the Trialmaster fit perfectly where it should be. The belt on the Barbour International fits weird, and it makes it difficult to actually access your bellow pocket. And I really don't like the way that the belt was placed. I always find myself trying to pull it further down, but if you pull it further down, it makes the problem with the pocket even more prominent. The second thing I want to point out is that this Barbour International is slightly shorter than the Belstaff Trialmaster. It's not a question of size only, it's really a choice. The Barbour International is a shorter jacket. In terms of the sleeves, you will notice that the sleeves of the Barbour International are as long as the sleeves of the Belstaff Trialmaster. It is because this jacket is a motorcycle-inspired jacket, and again, you were supposed to be riding your motorcycle and still have your wrist covered. Now, I do like this jacket. I've owned it for a long time. I've used it a lot. However, it does not make me feel as sexy as the Belstaff Trialmaster. I understand many people will be weirded out by that expression, a jacket shouldn't make you feel sexy or whatever, but I think there is an intangible aspect there when we talk about jackets. I feel that the Belstaff Trialmaster fits me better, and it actually makes me feel almost more confident when I wear it. If I compare it to something else, this is really coming back home to a comfortable place and putting my sweatpants and slippers on. The Belstaff is something that makes me feel like a badass when I wear it. So which jacket is the best? Well, it really depends on what you're after. If you're looking for a jacket which is more dressy, more tailored, and less casual, I would definitely go with the Belstaff Trialmaster. If you have the body type for it, it definitely fits better than the super boxy Barbour International. However, if you're looking for a jacket that you can layer up substantially, where you can, put another jacket underneath during the winter, or you can even use as a raincoat for your motorcycle adventures. Again, I don't know why you would do it, since there are much better options out there, but I know people do it, so here you go. Definitely the Barbour International is a better buy. Now, in terms of pricing, is the Belstaff Trialmaster worth the extra 20%? As I said, they are $495 versus $595, something like that. Both jackets are ridiculously expensive for what they are. Neither of these jackets should have the price that they have, but the 20% more that you pay for the Trialmaster is somewhat reflected in the build quality of the jacket. The attention to details on the Belstaff Trialmaster is just better, at least in my mind. However, I do think that both of these jackets are ridiculously expensive. I did not buy them at full price. I bought the Trialmaster at a severe discount a few months ago in Italy, and I don't remember how much I spent for the Barbour International, but definitely I did not spend the current asking price. So would I buy these jackets at the asking price of $495 and $595? Absolutely not. I would recommend you, look around and make sure to find them on a discount, especially the Belstaff. They're not hard to find on a discount if you just wait. The Barbour International, I haven't seen it on a discount for a long time, but again, I think that there are better jackets for the money out there. I don't think that a wax cotton jacket should cost $600, but I do think that these jackets are really great jackets, and I do think they look fantastic, both of them. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and if you like this video, please consider subscribing to the channel, because as I said, I review coats and jackets pretty much every week.